Pretentious. No thanks.
Oh, please. Hey, everybody, it's your girl Pajama with Pajama Life. And today, we got some really interesting things to watch and things to talk about. But I can't do it at all without my buddies right here. Hey, let's say hey to the professor of all things Star Wars. David, say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. Some fun things to talk about. So grab some popcorn and sit back and listen to us either talk about trash or smash or whatever we're going to be calling it tonight.
He's really trying to make that work.
Oh, yeah.
So let's say hey to our guru of all things Marvel and Tolkien. Say hi to the people, Patrick.
Hey, everybody. I like where you're going, David. I'm going to call it cash or trash.
Cash
or trash. All right.
What I'm going to go with, because I think that works better.
But you have to get it right. Trash.
Yeah. Okay, good point. Good point.
We need to get our producer just to have a drop of that trash.
So today we are going to, of course, watch Bad Batch, but we have a couple of really fun things going on. We are watching Gangs of London. And we're going to talk about the Oscar-nominated movies for Best Supporting Actor. So we're getting into the acting categories. So which we're going to watch, also talk about Causeway. So first up, let's start with our movie, which is Causeway.
Straight up. And now the left. Could you explain to me what caused the brain injury?
Okay, how about you just leave it here with us? And when I get the part, I'll call you for an estimate, yeah?
What happened to your leg?
It was in a car accident.
I don't think it's healthy staying.
For her? Or for me?
Actually, me.
What are we doing here? Huh? I don't even understand you. Actually, I don't know shit about you, but I tell you what I do know. Facts. You blew up in Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever the fuck it was.
Did you just assume we were the same broken people wallowing in it? I was actually thinking it's time for me to go back.
To the military?
Redeploy. Yes.
Okay, Patrick, what'd you think of this? We'll just talk about the movie. We'll talk about the nomination later.
I did not get to see Causeway. I was tied up this week. Sorry.
Okay, David, did you have a chance to watch?
I did. And, I think as much by coincidence as anything, or maybe it's me kind of getting drawn into it, I really kind of am drawn to point out the plight of the veteran in so many of the things that we've seen from, with the new Captain America, as well as even a little bit with Clone Wars. I mean, some of it you see. So I think this was a really well done movie. Louisville's one of Louisville's finest does another great job of the performance. Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's really a wonderful, talented young lady. Who the first thing I think she ever did was have a barely speaking role in an episode of Monk, where she played a mascot for a junior high school team, which I thought was hysterical. This was a good film, good cast. I thought strong drama, good movie, really pulls at you. So I think it's well done.
I did too. I think it was well done. I thought it was very sad and very heavy. And So, but there were moments of lightness thanks to Brian Tyree Henry. I mean, he's just amazing. But I thought Jennifer Lawrence's acting was very stilted and restrained and
Really? Okay.
but so I've watched a lot of movies about veterans and their plight and some of that, but I just felt like it was too contained. You know what I mean? It was too much. And so you really didn't get a like fully realized kind of person. But their story was certainly tragic. I mean, that family, both families, certainly very tragic stories. And I feel like this year's Oscars, and we'll talk about this one more, they're full of tragic stories this year and sad, heavy stories. So it was kind of like yet another bummer kind of story, but very poignant and very necessary to tell the story of the veterans so that we never forget what they have given, and that the youngest and best and brightest of us have sacrificed their futures pretty much with their injuries and the both physical injuries but also emotional and spiritual injuries that they've suffered because of these wars. So here's to wars ending and our young best and brightest could have fully realized lives. But yeah, this is it's a good, well acted movie. It's just a little heavy. I don't think it's for children. But there's definitely some adult themes. But there are a lot of moments of funniness thanks to Brian Tyree Henry. So definitely check out Causeway and then donate to your local veterans organizations. Okay, next up. Oh, I'm so excited! I've been waiting to talk about Gangs of London. It's amazing. So you already know what I think of it. So let's take a peek.
Please don't kill me! Please!
What else can I do?
No, please!
What an opening sequence.
You know how it feels to be powerless. To be a pawn in someone else's game. The things it makes you do just to hold on to some kind of life. That's all my dad ever knew.
I'm not running. This is when we must be strong.
If we do this, there's no turning back. It's done. Cheers.
Finally, I've been waiting for this show. I didn't think it was coming back for a second season. And man, was I not disappointed in the second season of Gangs of London. Let me tell you, the first season, first episode, and the sixth episode of the second season are some of the most exciting, heartbreaking, crazy scenes that I've seen in any television show. It's incredible. The story's incredible. It's amazing. I love it. It's one of my top 10 shows. Fantastic for me. David, what'd you think?
This was gory from the outset with a capital G. I mean, oh my gosh. I kind of did a bit of a marathon today to watch episodes and kind of snip around a little bit because I hadn't had a chance to look at it too closely. Wonderful cast, good acting, gruesome.
Yeah.
Gruesome.
The cinematography is amazing, though, besides the gory stuff.
But, oh my gosh, I watched a fat man look like Clytus from 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 Flash Gordon to open up season 2, episode 1. Yuck, man. People, it really it puts the D in death. It was a lot. It is good. It's too gory for me. How can you not be open to Better Call Saul if you like?
Thank you. Oh my God.
I don't care.
Oh my
what
God.
You
Thank
say.
you, David.
This
God,
show
David,
is
you
10
stole
times better than those
lead.
2 trash shows.
You stole my
Just
lead,
because
David.
they speak with fancy English accents
You
and
Games
sip their
of
high
London
tea.
is the shiz night. There, okay, we already know what Patrick's going to say, but go ahead, Patrick.
David
Wait a
stole
minute.
me.
First
So
off,
I ain't got much to say now because
this
David
show.
just said it all.
Talk about
The
what
show-
you compare it to.
The show was amazing. I watched only a couple episodes because I was kind of busy this week. The stuff I saw was amazing. The fight sequence choreography was ridiculous. But this is the darkest crap I've watched in a while on TV.
Yeah.
For someone who
second season is darker.
Someone who will not watch Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad because they're too dark and too. I'm like, the hell? That's like gray compared to black compared to what I watched. I'm like, but she's scared of that stuff? Come on now.
Heisenberg is the sound of music compared to these guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I tell you.
Sherry watched that, and she watches the show too, and she says, Pam doesn't want to watch Breaking Bad because it's too dark, and this is okay. And I'm like, yeah. And she, I didn't know you loved it, but you love it on top of it.
Love it.
Making my point. Making my point.
Love the show.
Making my point.
I think what it is one, the diversity of it. 2, that it's a show about power and these disparate groups fighting for power against the kind of elite, and then there are extremely touching but then heartbreaking family stories.
Yeah, just like Breaking Bad.
And so it was just like, but it's just kind of more elevated than those stories.
Why? Because they have British accents?
I don't know. No, because they're not like classic British accents in that show. It's like
they're Cockney, they're low class accents
and Irish and all kind of accents in the show. But I just think the writing is so, it's just brilliant to me, and I just could not connect with the main character in Breaking Bad. He just was just I didn't like him at all. And I never watched Better Call Saul, so if I wouldn't watch the main show, why would I watch the sequel?
Because they're both amazing.
Okay, you guys, you can have that.
Different shows.
You can watch it. You can love it.
They're
just like
shows,
I'm gonna watch and love Gangs of London. Definitely.
And I don't want you to misunderstand. I thought this was really good.
Yeah.
And I loved it, but I'm just saying that it's a transplanted version, who came first, chicken or egg. I mean, they're different. There are differences.
They're very different.
Why do you think they're different? I'll wait.
I mean, the whole setup is completely different.
You got a cop infiltrating them. That's the only big spoiler.
Yeah, and he's the main main kind of, what is I'm trying to say, the hero, but dirty up. And so you're trying to figure out, is he going to maintain his sense of right and wrong, or will he be pulled in?
That is what's going on in Breaking Bad.
No, because the main character was never good. He was never
good. He was a teacher trying to educate people. And then he got cancer and had to
never was. He was always who he was. He just had a reason to be something different.
So did this guy though too. So he was a bad person who's got a reason to go in and be bad.
It's more elevated
now.
I just feel like it's different for me. So you can exactly, David.
I didn't have to say a thing. This is fun.
I'm not going to lie down on this. I'm just like, I don't know.
This is why there is a universe of shows to watch, so that you don't have to watch.
There is, but I'm just saying to exclude something because you feel that it's too violent or too gritty or too dark, and then you watch this and love this. I'm like, that's just like saying, I don't like popcorn because it's got butter on it, but if you put margarine on it, it'll be fine. It's the same thing.
No, this is like, I don't like.
What part did you?
I don't like cilantro because it's gross, but I'll eat a taco without cilantro. So it is something that is a different story, and even though it's in kind of the crime, it's a crime story, right?
Crime series.
They're crime stories. I just feel like this one hits differently than Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I never seen Better Call Saul, so I won't judge it. But that's potato, oranges. I mean, it's different. So,
but also, we just want to say to all of you taco establishments out there, if you'd like to send us some tacos and maybe get an endorsement from Pajama Life, hey, we're open to that.
Yeah, but don't send them with cilantro. Tell you right now, I'm a dog you taco if you send it with cilantro. It's gross. But
fine. Oh my God.
Definitely check out Gangs of London. I promise, please do not let your children watch it. But for the adults, it's amazing. It's exciting. I hope there's another season. Yay! Okay. Now, on to our Oscars.
You do Bad Batch?
Oh, whoops. Bad
You
Batch.
keep forgetting Bad Batch.
I kind of want to skip
you got
over
all worked up now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to work her up like that, Dave.
Let's take
this happened last week, too.
I know.
Bad Batch.
Just crapping all over the Bad Batch. Don't worry about them. They're just like,
I don't know.
Like
they better pick
cilantro on
it
a
up.
taco.
Let's take a look at this week's Bad Batch.
According to Sid's coordinates, this is the mine she purchased.
And we're supposed to do what?
Excavate the site for Ipsium.
Sounds dangerous. I like it.
Okay. David, we'll turn it over to you for this snooze fest of an episode.
I actually liked the episode. I thought there was some pieces there I thought were good. Normally this show is kind of targeting children, but I think we've seen with the two-parter episode that was really neat on the Clone Wars, they're trying to do some more character development and things. And you see this with Omega talking to the smart guy about Echo, and that there's loss here, and so there is something. There's more. They're trying to do more with these characters. They don't necessarily know what to do with them, but they're trying to do more and to bring in some kind of some emotion and some kind of connection of the group. So I thought there was some pieces there that were actually worthwhile. So I did enjoy it. Looking forward to seeing some more good stuff from them. Waking up a little bit here. That's okay. I'm not phased. I talk for a living, Pam, and I can't tell you the number of people that I hear falling asleep and snoring with my every word. My Lord, even my mother fell asleep during a prayer of mine. So,
oh no.
You can't get me. You can't get me. Let's hear it. I'm gonna a thumbs up for the Bad Batch.
All right, Patrick, what'd you think?
You know, I thought it was interesting to see them finally portraying Omega as a moody teenager, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, because before she was so upbeat, I'm going to go do this. It'll be great. Let's go have fun. You know, but now she's like, yeah, this sucks. I hate it. I hate my life. I'm like, wow, there we go. That's some actual real life stuff going on there. And, you know, I thought this episode was fine. I was, you know, it was slow. There was no actual conflict against somebody or something. So there's no shooting. So it moved in a different pace, but it was really great character development. You saw Tech become kind of a little bit more than just the guy who can program something or hack into something.
Yeah.
He kind of had to make a little bit of a connection with Echo or Omega, with Omega. And the two of them kind of had a little bit of a bond when they're sitting down there. It was nice to see some real, kind of trying to flesh out that particular character and to see Omega act more age appropriate for what her age would be if she's aging naturally, like they said in the very first episode when they picked her up, that she's going to, she's not age accelerated like all the other clones, to hit their 20s and then start aging normally. She was just going to go ahead and go through the regular whole expanse of life, and it was good to see her hit a teenage moment. I mean, maybe we'll see some more of those. I mean, you saw a lot of those in Rebels with Ezra Bridger.
Mm-hmm.
There was some, which made that show kind of a little bit real. I thought it was a good episode, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Pam was apparently bored, so
I was very bored with this episode. I watched it. Did I watch it twice or 3 times? And I barely still knew what happened. So, but it just kind of felt like filler episode. But I do get what both of you are saying about the character development with Omega and Tech. That was a really interesting moment. And what's odd to me is, did the guy just start getting hoarse? And so he was like, I can't do 5 characters. So did they fire 2 of the characters' voices that he did? It's funny. I'm like,
does he get 2/5 of the pay? Then I'm wondering.
Yeah, I mean, does he get 5 paychecks or what?
Well, there's a lot on his shoulders.
Yeah. I mean, 5 characters, different voices.
You got Rhea Perlman, him, and whoever's doing Omega.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of Wanda Sykes every now and again.
Yeah, for guessing.
But
yeah.
I just thought today, I was like, well, dang, did they fire 2 of his characters? Does he not get his check?
He'll come back.
It's a lot for him. I mean, it is a lot of work for that actor. I mean, we're laughing about it, but he's got to do a lot of talking to himself. I mean,
almost Tatiana Maslany level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's definitely a good one for the whole family, and you can check it out. And so definitely check out Bad Batch. Just kind of have some caffeine before you watch it.
Oh my God, it's fine. Everybody calm down. It's fine.
And some cilantro-less tacos.
Yeah. So, okay, now we can do it. We can start to talk about our best supporting actor nominations this week.
Yeah.
These are always the supporting actor and actress nominations are always really interesting, and something really exciting to me always happens at the awards. So let's put up the list of the nominees. Okay, we have Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Byron Tyree Henry for Causeway, Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans, Barry Keoghan for Banshees of Inisherin, and Kiwei Kwan, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Oh my goodness. Let's first say who is the most deserving of the award and who is the least deserving, And then who you think is going to actually get the Oscar? So let's start with David. Who do you think is the best one to you?
Well, I mean, for me, and seeing these, I got to go short round. I think short round is the most deserving, and I think short round
by his real day.
Keyway. My right name, Dr. Jones.
Oh,
Keyway Kwan. I didn't even recognize him in this.
I was doing it.
But I go with him, man. That movie really surprised the heck out of me on so many levels. And I brought in some props last week, I think, to point out things that really stood out to me in that film. But he was great.
Yeah,
he was great, and I think he absolutely deserves it. I think the Banshees. I think there's going to be a lot of strong consideration there. Gentleman from Causeway was really good. I think brought a real truth and a humanity. There are a lot of really nice performances. I'm going short round. The Gentleman from Causeway, I wouldn't put it past him to give it to him because he's certainly very deserving, very strong. But I'm going short round for the win.
Okay, Pat, what do you think?
Okay. Who I think emotionally everybody wants is Ke-Huy Quan. I think everybody wants him to win because we all grew up with him as Short Round and the Goonies, and he's an emotional attachment. You know who I haven't seen Causeway, so I can't really make a completely balanced commentary. But watching Judd Hirsch and the Fablemans, that guy stole. He was only, to be honest, he was really only on like 20 minutes of that movie, maybe on and off sharing scenes with other people. And he was amazing. This guy stole the movie. He is like one of the most memorable characters from the movie. And I like the movie a lot.
One of the most likable.
I like the movie a lot, but he was just like so visceral, I guess is the word I'm looking for, the way he was. And it was amazing. I loved Brendan Gleeson. I loved Barry Keoghan. They were both great in that movie. And that movie was amazing too. But just as a performance, I know Pam's making the just ate cilantro face. But the two guys from Banshees of Inisherin, there was so much talent, so many performances on there. It's hard to shine the way that Judd Hirsch really shone in that movie. He was stinking amazing. He's who I'd like to see win, who I think is going to win. It's probably Ke-Huy Quan. I'm not pronouncing that. I apologize if you're watching this short round. But I suspect he might win just as an emotional pull. If they go for like just something other than just because of the short time that Judd Hirsch was on, although man, he's done the work. Years. And if I were to pick like who I think might win it, I might go with Brendan Gleeson though, because he could have very very well been a Best Actor nominee, to be honest. Because there was kind of a pull between him and Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
So that could be something that goes into. I would like to see Judd Hirsch win though.
I think that's interesting. I liked your picks, and so now I've seen all of them, and I think Brendan Gleeson and what's his name?
Barry Keoghan.
I think they might cancel each other out. So then that'll leave the other three. And I really love Ke-Huy Quan. Sorry, I'm messing up his name. Because he did so many different people in that movie. And they were all poignant, and especially comparing the original one to the very super successful one, and how all of them loved her very much. But it was just so good what he did there. And it was very subtle, you know, the changes he would make to each one. So you knew each one was different. And I just thought he was just incredible in that. So I'm rooting for him, but kind of a sneaky one after seeing Causeway. I wouldn't be mad if Byron Tyree Henry won, but I kind of thought, well, is this very different from what he does on Atlanta? You know, is it different from Al on Atlanta? But he actually made that movie palatable to watch, and really the way they took the story was real interesting in how he was able to act in it. Judd Hirsch, I love him since Taxi, and he was in another show in the 80s. I forget the name, but Dear John, I think he was.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, come on.
Which I love that show.
1 and 2. He was in both of those. Yeah. Hey, did he remind you? Did Judd Hirsch remind you his performance here of, like, say, Alec Baldwin and Glengarry Glen Ross? And it just in terms of the impact
on reality thing, yeah, maybe.
Kind of, but I thought he came in like a bear, like a circus bear, you know, just kind of like.
Yeah. It was just a short stint, just like, you know, both of them. Just boom, dominated
and did his thing, and then left.
Got in that cab and left. Yep.
Yeah, and it was like, wow.
Ironic him getting in a cab. I want a moment just say that, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, wow. But just because I don't like that movie, so I can't. But I could, because of his body of work. But he hasn't been in like a ton of movies. So I don't know.
He did get an action figure in Independence Day, so you're kind of selling me that he should get an Oscar.
No,
Thank you, David.
I could see, though, with the age of the Academy, that he could get it. Him or Brendan Gleeson could get
Brendan
it.
Gleeson was amazing.
I mean, I should call him Short Round. But
I just don't like you.
Kwan is crushing every award out there. So I think it's his, and he's super humble and super great. So I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him the most. He's my favorite. So I hope he gets it, but we'll see. What is it, March 18th?
I don't know. Soon enough.
I know, it's hard to believe it's like a month away. So definitely check it out. Check out these movies. I think they're all a good batch of movies, except one of them. But I think that there's something everybody can watch. But you'll have they all evoke different emotions. But I think all of them are also movies about familial relationships too. So you definitely want to check out the Best Supporting Actor movies. Okay, that is it for this week. I don't know what we're watching next week.
Bad Batch.
We're watching Bad Batch. And
is that black enough for you? And The Empire of Light.
Oh, okay. Empire of Light is now on HBO.
It's amazing.
It's on HBO Max. And I wish we'd seen it when it was the cinematography, but we can still talk about it. And is that black enough for you? And we'll check out the Best Supporting Actress nominees.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, so that brings us to the end. And how about, David, you say some final words for us?
Everybody have a wonderful President's Day. Continue to enjoy the weekend if you can. A lot of good stuff coming out in the theaters and that we're going to be talking about. Mandalorian in March. We've got Scream 6 hitting the theaters in March. Lots of fun stuff.
Don't forget
Quantumania out now. So lots of good stuff to check out. We'll be back next week, and we'll inspire you and annoy you even more.
Ha! or annoy me, these two. So, Patrick, how about you? Some final thoughts.
I am going to go see Quantumania tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited, even though I really, the thing I run to is I have to try to limit my social media.
Yeah.
Before I go see these movies.
Don't watch it.
I'm just like, I'm trying to go in fresh. Yeah. It'll be great. I'm excited. Paul Rudd could sell ketchup popsicle to a woman wearing white gloves. That guy is amazing.
Or at least Heineken.
Can you say how Paul Rudd?
Funny story. He is the same age as Wilford Brimley was in Cocoon. Look at those two.
Oh my God.
Yes.
The power of plastic surgery.
I
don't think he's had a lot of work.
He's had work done.
Good generic.
Noah from the Ewoks movie was the same age. Oh man, I thought he was like hatched at like 84.
I think he was with a crib full of Werthers. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So, go see movies.
Your mustache.
And the thing I always say is go see movies in the theaters if you can, because that's what keeps these people making movies for us. So I'm going to go see a movie tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. I've already got my tickets. 11 o'clock in Lawrence. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait.
Definitely. And definitely, also check out the books that a lot of these movies are based on.
Yeah,
read, people, read your Oscars. And I'll be doing some reviews. I'll be doing Women Talking, The Quiet Girl, and which is based on the book Foster, and a couple of other ones. So definitely look out for that. And as well, definitely check us out. Like and subscribe, baby. And as it is National Drink Wine Day, we're going to toast you and say, see you next time. Bye.